Thank you. Are we ready?
Yes.
Welcome everybody to the Table Topics Contest for District 50 2021. We know you're going to have a good time tonight. If you have some friends who are texting you saying, "How can I get there? How can I get there?" Tell them that they can watch it on live stream on the District 50 YouTube channel. Not only that, the event that comes after this one, the Candidate Showcase, is the only way we're going to be able to watch those stump speeches from all the candidates who are running for the district leader positions. We need that link. It's on the D50 Facebook page. It's on the D50 WhatsApp page. It's on the Eventbrite conference page. Just scroll down towards the bottom of that page and you'll see the live stream link for the Candidate Showcase. Now, if you've registered for the conference, you'll be able to participate in the karaoke after hours. Monica calls it a party. I guess we could call it a party. Pick out your song in advance and arrive with it so that Lou Blackburn, that suave DJ, will be able to dial it up for you and play that music while you do the singing. Tomorrow we have a lot of activities. Again, if you want to see the reports from the area directors, go find the live stream link. We'll put it on the Facebook page. We'll put it in WhatsApp, and it's already there waiting for us tomorrow on the Eventbrite conference page. Right after that, we'll have the business meeting. Same thing. Let's go there to see live streaming. The only people who get to go into the room for the business meeting will be the officers and the area directors, division directors who get to do the actual voting. But we can still keep tabs on what's going on in that room. No smoke-filled back rooms for our district. We're going to have 3 education sessions tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We have the last first-timer session at 9:30. If you missed out on any of those trivia games and prizes, well, you've got one more chance. You do need to have registered for the first-timers session, the education session of your choice at 10, and then we have another keynote speaker. Darwin Lee will be here at 11. We'll hear from our international director, Mohammed Kaoum, at 12 o'clock, Lunch and Learn. At 12:30, Hall of Fame. Again, we need to keep track of those sessions that allow us to watch the proceedings by live stream. So keep track of the District 50 WhatsApp and District 50 Facebook page and that Eventbrite page. The last contest is not the least. It's the International Speech Contest tomorrow afternoon, 2:30. We'll also have a ceremony and install our newly elected officers. I would like now to turn the meeting over to the contest chair, Distinguished Toastmaster Rhonda Bunte. You can move past that slide, yeah.
You're on mute, Rhonda.
Thank you. It does help. Welcome to Table Topic Speech Contest. We will be followed shortly by an inspiration and the introduction of our dignitaries, candidates, and contest master. We have opening remarks, table topic speech contest, the judges' time to mark all their ballots. Then we're going to meet the contestants. We'll have some spring conference announcements, recognition of our helpers, and thank you, district announcements, awards, and then finally adjourn for the day. Now I'd like to introduce Susan Thomas, Distinguished Toastmaster, for the inspiration of the day. Susan.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Table Topic Contest. At this time, I'm the one to give you inspiration, but you know, we've already been inspired. We've been on Zoom calls, listening to contests and people speaking since when? Wednesday night. So we've been doing a good job. D50 rocks. I want to talk about Connection Matters. I love the name of the conference. To me, connections mattered for me when I met 7 new people that came into my world as area directors, and we didn't know each other at all. And we were in a pandemic, so you can imagine that Zoom became our best friends. But we made a decision to make connections. And when you make a decision to make connections, the first point of action is to get engaged. And you have to decide that you want to be engaged in the topics that you're talking about, do engagements inside of routines that you might want to do. We did personality tests because I was committed to building relationships with these 7 new people. And so we did personality tests, and a lot of them had never done a personality test. How many have done a personality test? Raise your hands. Isn't it fun to know how you communicate, or fun to know your strengths and your weaknesses? And then you can work on your weaknesses to become your strengths. That's what I think is really fun when you do personality tests. And when you do it in a group of people that you know you're going to travel a whole year with. And that's what we decided to do when we made connections as our district and our division, is to travel a whole year making connections. And so we connected with people personally, finding out people's likes and dislikes. When you make connections, you have to decide if you're going to connect on a business level, on a personal level, or just on a geographical level. We have one area director that established a club that's international. There's people from all over in his club that he formed, his newly club that he formed in our division, which is in our district. But he took time to do that. And so far, you never know who you meet on a Zoom call. We're here now, and I think there's 93 in the room. And we all don't know each other, but we have one thing in common. We want to hear who's going to win this table topic contest tonight. So we all up in this room trying to make a connection. And we make connections because we are intentional about them. So again, making connection matters. You have to engage into the different situations, whether it stretches you or it's something that you're comfortable with. Each person brings different things to the table. The district works like that. There's different people that do different things. I know my weaknesses, so I staff to my weakness. So when I was interviewing my area directors, I asked them questions that they were like, why did you ask me that question? I said, because I was trying to find out what you're strong in, because I already know what I was not strong in. And it was so much fun to see that so many of them have familiar and similar attributes that kind of coincided together, and it made such a beautiful map that we had fun doing in the pandemic, and we knew we could never meet. I have never met these 7 people. Some of them I knew before we went on pandemic, but a lot of them I've only met through Zoom. So can nobody tell me that you can't make connections through Zoom rooms or any other way that we're connecting now via the web. So be intentional about your connections. Make sure they matter. Make sure you're doing paths that, and Toastmasters is a path-driven directive now with doing your speeches, but make sure your personal and business paths matter. Make the connections matter, so at the end of the day, you have a beautiful tapestry of friends of all nationalities that intentionally you had something in common that drew you together. So with that, I will be quiet so I know we can hear these 7 people talk, and I'll give it back to Rhonda. Back to you.
Rhonda, you're on mute.
Thank you, Susan. Now we want to recognize the dignitaries. At this time, please stand, and we will give you our best airwave ever. Thank you for your service. Next, we have the 2021-2022 nominated candidates for District 50. District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Walter Price. Floor nominated candidate for District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Dwayne Wanick. Nominated candidate for Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Christy Peterson. Nominated candidates for Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Manny Garcia. For Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Stu Presley. The nominated candidates for the divisions within District 50. Eastern Division Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Kelly McMaster. Frontier Division Director, Competent Communicator, Competent Leader. Presentation Mastery, Visionary Communication, Level 4, Wally Habu. Metro Division Director, Competent Communicator, Advanced Leader Bronze, Visionary Communication. Oh, wait a minute. Metro Division Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Deepa Vankat. Plains Division Director, Competent Communicator, Advanced Leader Bronze, Visionary Communication Level 4, and Engaging Humor Level 1, Dan Reeder. Southern Division Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Wayne Sandy. Town North Division Director, Advanced Communicator Gold, Advanced Leader Bronze, Hank Javers. Division Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Steve Adler. A round of applause. Now, it's my honor to introduce to you our contest master. Engaging Humor Level 5, Motivational Strategies Level 5, Bala Subramaniam. Bala, take it away.
Thank you, Madam Contest Chair, Distinguished Toastmaster Rhonda Bunting. As you all know, our theme for Spring Contest is Making Connection Matter. Forming a meaningful relationship with the right people has a direct impact on the success of your business. And that's a great news if you were born with an outstanding, outgoing personality. But what if you consider yourself to be of an introvert? Is your business doomed? Here is a tip in building strong relationships, no matter where you fall on the personality spectrum. Ready? Be more interested than interesting. Many people dominate a conversation trying to get the other person to think they are interesting. It feels good to talk about yourself, but it doesn't make the other person feel as good. So pay attention on how much you're talking about yourself and how much time do you spend asking questions and being interested in others. Also, pay attention to your body language as well. Are you showing them you're interested? The next time you're speaking with someone, think about this. Are you facing the person and looking into their eyes with intention? Focus on being more interested in them, and they will think you're interesting. With that, speech contests are an important part of the Toastmasters educational program. Speech contests provide an opportunity for speakers to gain contest experience and to recognize the best speaker as an encouragement to everyone. Contests also provide an opportunity to learn by observing the more proficient speakers who have benefited from their Toastmasters training. We will have one contest today, the table topic speech contest. Please give your full attention to the contestants while they are speaking. There will be a minute of silence between each speaker to allow the judges to mark their ballots, and an indefinite silence after all the speakers to allow the judges to tally their ballots, and then both the ballot counter and the chief judge to move to the breakout room. At this point, please check that your microphone is on mute, all videos hidden, cell phones or other electronic noise makers are turned off or to silent so that they will not distract the speakers. Please refrain from Zoom chatting, texting, or status updating in any form during the contest. Recording is not permitted without the prior permission, written permission of the contestant. Further, please do not create screenshot photos or audio recordings of any presentation today or post them on any social media platform without obtaining the speaker's permission. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Chief Judge for today's contest, distinguished Toastmaster Tuana Fisher. Madam Chief Judge, have all the contestants, helpers, and judges been briefed about the contest rules?
Yes, they have, Contest Master. Let the contest begin.
Thank you, Madam Chief Judge. The speaking order for table topic speech today is contestant number 1, Douglas Amos. Contestant number 2, Johnny Juan Ortiz. Contestant number 3, Christopher Thomas. Contestant number 4, Karen Shelton. Contestant number 5, James Harris Jr. Contestant number 6, Martin Oze. Contestant number 7, Andre Payne. I'm sorry, it's Andrea Payne. Senior Sergeant at Arms, please escort all table topic contestants to the breakout room with the exception of our first contestant. And please let me know when all the audience members are muted and videos off, except the speaker and the timer.
One moment, Mr. Contest Master.
Thank you. Gina, I didn't hear that it's all done. Can I go ahead?
Contest Master, all of the contestants 2 through 7 are in the breakout room with a Sergeant at Arms, and all videos are off. We are good to go.
Thank you, Mr. Senior Sergeant at Arms. Contestant number 1, please ensure your video is on, microphone is unmuted, and you're able to see and pin the timer. Please let me know when you're ready.
I have the timer pinned. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Contestant number 1, Douglas Amos. What would be your legacy when you die? What would be your legacy when you die? Douglas Amos.
Thank you, Contest Master. My legacy when I die is twofold. You see, I have the things that I've accomplished as a grown man, whether it is participating in this makerspace that I'm standing inside, whether it's taking care of my work opportunities that I've had in telecom since '94, or it's possibly all of the other volunteer things that I've done. But more important than those impacts of life activities are those heart connections that I've created with my spouse, with my family, and with my 2 sons, Trey and Connor. I would hope that when we peruse through the annals of time in the future and they look back to the great years of 2020 and 2021, we wouldn't worry so much about the pandemics and toilet paper shortages and right now gasoline shortages. I mean, come on, people, right? Instead, I would love for them to see this is the year that Doug ran for president of his local makerspace. This is the year that his son, Trey, graduated from high school and began his lifelong adventure of, well, you see, that's not for me to decide. That's for him. So whatever he chooses to do, I hope is a legacy worthy of the care and love and respect I have put forth into my kids. I hope 40 years from now, when I'm almost 90 years old, I'll get to have one of those multi-generational photos, might be holograms at that point, but to see everyone in my lineage smile and hug and know that my family has had nothing but kindness shown. And if a legacy of kindness is what I have, then I have all of the riches in the world. Thank you, Contest Master. Back to you.
Thank you. We will now have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Mr. Primary Timer, please time the 1 minute. Senior Sergeant at Arms requests the next contestant from the breakout room. Audience, please remain muted, silent during the 1 minute.
Contest master, contestant number 2 is in the room.
Thank you.
One minute, Contest Master.
Thank you. Contestant number 2, please ensure your video is on, microphone is unmuted, and you're able to see and pin the timer. Please let me know when you're ready.
All right, Contest Master, I have the timer pinned. Can you hear me and see me?
Yes. Yes.
Fantastic.
Contestant number 2, Johnny Juan Ortiz. What would be your legacy when you die? What would be your legacy when you die? Johnny Juan Ortiz.
Mr. Contest Master, that question could not have come at a better time. I am finishing up a certification that is called ZLC. I'll leave the Z out, but the L stands for legacy, certification, to be a speaker, trainer, and a coach. And all we talk about is legacy. The difference between a legacy and an inheritance. Don't know if anybody on here may know this, but the difference between an inheritance and a legacy is that one is materialistic and the other one is spiritual. It outlasts the material. The reality of it, if you want to get granular with it, an inheritance is what you leave to someone. A legacy is what you leave in someone. What I want to leave behind is a family that is well known for being honest, for having integrity, for having character, stick-to-itiveness. I can leave my family all the money in the world, the house, the cars, the bank accounts, but ultimately, my favorite book says that a good person leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And so my legacy, I want it to be one that outlives myself, my children, and my children's children, to the point that my impact while I was on this earth will echo in eternity. Back to you, Contest Master.
Thank you. We will now have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Mr. Primary Timer, please time the 1 minute. Senior Sergeant at Arms requests the next contestant from the breakout room. Audience, please remain muted silent during the 1 minute.
One minute, Contest Master.
Thank you. Contestant number 3, please ensure your video is on, microphone is unmuted, and you are able to see and pin the timer. Please let me know when you're ready.
I am ready.
Thank you. Contestant number 3, Christopher Thomas. What would be your legacy when you die? What would be your legacy when you die? Christopher Thomas.
Thank you. Ladies, gentlemen, fellow Toastmaster, honored guests. When you think about your legacy, that's something really, really big. It's how the world sees you when you're gone. It's the footprints that you leave in the sand. And when I think about me, I'm a person who cares about my friends and my family so much, trying to set the right example for them, trying to make their lives better. Because I don't have kids. Me and my wife aren't planning on having kids. And I want to do the best for my nieces and nephews to start a new legacy. So when I think about it, first, it's those things I do day to day, helping out those customers on the phone. I'm a retirement income specialist. So I help those retire. I help people find a plan and make a way out of no way to achieve their goals. Secondly, with my family and friends, I try to make sure I enjoy as much time and we create long-lasting memories with each other that we'll never forget no matter what. And with my nieces and nephews, supply them with the financial backing that I didn't have as a kid. I want them to travel while they're young, see the world, learn how to do some of those other things I help people with budgeting and finance that their parents may not be able to do to live their lives and continue on that legacy. So my legacy is going to be one of service, one of faith, and one of friendship. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Primary timer, please time the 1 minute. Senior Sergeant at Arms requests the next contestant from the breakout room. Audience, please remain muted silent during the 1 minute.
1 minute, contest master.
Thank you. Contestant number 4, please ensure your video is on, microphone is unmuted, and you are able to see and pin the timer. Please let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready, Mr. Contest Master.
Thank you. Contestant number 4, Karen Shelton. What would be your legacy when you die? What would be your legacy when you die? Karen Shelton.
As a quote from Master Sergeant Glenn Lee Stewart, American Air Force, he said, "I've heard little bugs toot underwater before." Mr. Contest Master and guests, I am so proud of Sergeant Glenn Stewart because he knew how to get a point across. He's leaving his legacy. He's 97 years old, and he is a stellar, impressive, respectful gentleman. I hope to pattern myself after Mr. Stewart because he's my dad. He used to be not such a pussycat, but he is now, after years and years of having family love. The family love is what builds us, and the God's respect and blessings helps to nurture us throughout our lifetime. In my legacy, I hope that people always remember that I was empathetic and that I showed honesty in all that I did, but above all else, that I believed in a greater God and that I shone that light in everything that I did. My legacy will be that of caring, of help, of respect, and of communication, gathering that, because if you don't communicate it, people don't know that you love them so much. I'm big about saying, I love you. And I've taught some of my friends that don't say I love you, I've actually forced them to say it back to me occasionally. Non-huggers, they get hugged. People that don't want to love don't want to hang out with me. I guarantee you that because I'm really into it. It's my favorite hobby. In my legacy, I want my grandchildren to hear stories about their grandmother and what she did for other people and how she made them laugh. I've had that told to me. I heard you laughing all the way in the next building. If that's the way that I'm going to leave my mark, that's okay. I don't want to be a little bug underwater, and I'm going to be heard in my legacy. Mr. Contest Master.
Thank you. We will now have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Mr. Primary Timer, please time the 1 minute. Senior Sergeant at Arms requests the next contestant from the breakout room. Audience, please remain muted silent during the 1 minute.
One minute, contest master.
Thank you. Contestant number 5, please ensure your video is on, microphone is unmuted, and you're able to see and pin the timer. Please let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Thank you. Contestant number 5, James Harris Jr. What would be your legacy when you die? What would be your legacy when you die? James Harris Jr.
A friend of mine passed away not too long ago at the age of 21. This was maybe 4 weeks now that he died from drunk accident. There was a DUI. He turned his life around 9 months prior. His name was Hobby. And Hobby had drugs and abuse and all these different things in his life. And his mother would always call him the prodigal son. And 9 months ago, he had a near-death accident and brightened his eyes and he said, I have to do better. And he changed his whole life. It was 4 weeks ago that he passed away from this accident. But during those 9 months, he was able to inspire people. He started a weekly Bible study, a 21-year-old starting a Bible study on Friday. Remember what you were doing when you were 21. It made me think of all the times that I missed death. Growing up, being reckless myself. And I realized, I said, how is it that this kid is 21 and he's inspired me? Today I turned 37. And I realized, what does it mean to leave a legacy? It's simply this, making an impact. Now, if you take a boulder, a huge boulder, and you throw it into a river, it's going to make a big splash. But if you take a tiny pebble, it's going to cause ripples. They both make an impact. I think that my biggest legacy is going to be encouraging people when they are down. I always tell people you can be down, but being down does not mean that you are done. There's a difference. And if you can find a way to get back up and help other people along the way, I tell people a lot of times you are down in life because you're down to help pick someone else up. And if I've learned anything from Javi in his 21 years, is that me and my 37, you have to make an impact today, leaving a legacy today because you do not know how much longer you have. Be that boulder, be that stone, but make an impact. Toastmaster.
Thank you. We will now have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Mr. Primary Timer, please time the 1 minute. Senior Sergeant at Arms requests the next contestant from the breakout room. Audience, please remain muted and silent during the 1 minute.
One minute, contest master.
Thank you. Contestant number 6, please ensure your video is on, microphone is unmuted, and you are able to see and pin the timer. Please let me know when you're ready.
I am ready.
Thank you. Contestant number 6, Martin Ozaye. What would be your legacy when you die? What would be your legacy when you die? Martin Ozaye.
Thank you, Contest Master. That is a great question. What will be my legacy when I die? I know that when we are born, we prepare ourselves for whatever our call, our vision, our career is in life. And we prepare ourselves through school. Then when we come out of school, we have prepared ourselves, then we enter into that career and that place of interest, of passion for us. When you get to your mid-ages, you start thinking about significance and not just what you are able to acquire, but what can you deposit into the lives of other people, making a difference. So what will I be remembered for? What will my legacy be when I die? It will be the difference that I've made in the lives of people. As an educator, I'm very passionate about empowering people. I'm passionate about pouring into people. I'm passionate about lifting people up. I'm passionate about being a servant leader, one who ensures that others are brought up into leadership also. What will my legacy be? I want my legacy be one that has trained others to be leaders, one that raised people from wherever they are and made them to be everything that they have desired and dreamed to be. I want to be one that will be referred to that he died empty, that I gave everything that I had and made deposits in the lives of other people to better the quality of their life and to improve their estate in life. That would be my legacy, that I made a difference, that I empowered people, that people became better because of me. I will want that to be written on my tombstone. Mr. Contest Chair.
Thank you. We will now have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Mr. Primary Timer, please time the 1 minute. Senior Sergeant at Arms, request the next contestant from the breakout room. Audience, please remain muted silent during the 1 minute.
One minute, Contest Master.
Thank you. Contestant number 7, please ensure your video is on, microphone is unmuted, and you are able to see and pin the timer. Please let me know when you're ready.
I am ready.
Thank you. Contestant number 7, Andrea Payne. What would be your legacy when you die? What would be your legacy when you die? Andrea Payne.
Thank you, Mr. Contest Master. That is a very meaningful question. When I die, my legacy will be promoting good health and seeing the positive side of people. You see, with our generation, we always talk about leaving behind generational wealth and money and material things. But along my journey and after interacting with some amazing people in Toastmasters and in the fitness arena, I learned that the best gift that you can give someone is your health. It is the source of who you are. It allows you to make a difference even when you don't have the stamina or energy to. I've also learned that instead of looking on the negative side of things or seeing the negative, we have to express gratitude and we have to be thankful and grateful. And things turn out better when you see the positive. So my legacy will be that I hope to pass down to my children, to you guys, to future generations is to take care of your health. You only get one body. You only get one mind. And instead of looking for the negative in everything, try to see the positive. Because even though we see it on the news and we see terrible things all around us, there is good people in the world and there are positive changes. We just have to find it. So my legacy will be good health and positivity to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now have an indefinite silence for the judges to mark their ballots and for the ballot counters to collect all ballots. Everyone, you may turn on your video at this time, but please keep your sound muted and refrain from chatting. Madam Chief Judge, let me know when you're ready.
pen is the fifth son. Contest master.
Thank you.
I've collected the ballots. You may move myself and the ballot counters to the breakout room, please.
Thank you, Madam Chief Judge. Senior Sergeant at Arms, please move the ballot counters and the Chief Judge to the breakout room.
Contest master, waiting on one ballot counter to move, and then we'll be good to go.
Okay.
Mr. Contest Master, the two ballot counters and the Chief Judge are in the secret room.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms. Let's get to know our contestants. I will call on speakers in order in which they spoke. Contestant number 1, Douglas Amos.
Hello.
Thank you. What club are you representing?
I represent the Erickson Village Toastmasters Club in Plano, Texas.
And how long have you been in Toastmasters?
Officially since January of 2020.
Very new. Congratulations on the District 50 stage. What's your Toastmasters educational level?
I am in my 4th level of engaging humor, where I hope to wrap that up here before the end of the month. And move on to 5.
Wish you all the best and congratulations. So you are currently serving as a club vice president education. And thank you for your service to District 50. What guidance would you give to the upcoming club vice president education?
Get people to look at the level 3 and level 4 electives. There are so many fun speeches and projects that people can get started on right now. Start thinking about, start doing that research. Maybe you want to start a blog. You're going to get credit for it. Get into pathways and look at those things so that you can just knock out those level 1s and 2s. I know they're not necessarily the most fun, but I tell you, there's great times ahead in 3 and 4 where you really get to pick and make it unique to the things that you want to know and study.
Thank you so much for sharing that. You may now mute yourself.
Thank you, Contest Chair.
Contestant number 2, Johnny Ortiz. Are you ready?
Ready.
What club are you representing?
Tyler Evening Toastmasters here in the Rose capital of the world, Tyler, Texas.
Welcome. And how long have you been in Toastmasters?
Officially January 2019.
Thank you. And what's your Toastmasters educational level?
I just completed my dynamic leadership level 5 and started my new pathway, effective coaching, on my level 1.
That's great. Congratulations. One of your interests is volunteering. How volunteering helped in making connections?
Volunteering, making connections, you almost like peanut butter and jelly. You can't have one without the other. When you volunteer and you give of your time and your talent and even your treasure, you tend to meet other people that are very like-minded and also want to serve. And you get to meet them on a personal level. And once you understand that both of you really want to see the places that we serve at succeed and help other people, then it's the conversation just comes around, what do you do? And we get to share with them not only what I do for a career, but share with them Toastmasters, share with them a lot of other things. And just like our Toastmasters family, they become not just friends, but closer than friends, that lifelong connection. So yeah, volunteering and connecting go hand in hand.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And now you may now mute yourself. Contestant number 3, Christopher Thomas, are you ready?
Yes,
What club are you representing?
I'm representing Dallas Speaks Plano.
And how long have you been in Toastmasters?
November 1st, 2016.
Congratulations. Almost 5 years. How long have, what's your Toastmasters educational level?
I have my CL, Competent Leader, Competent Communicator, and Dynamic Leadership Level 1.
What do you call a witch who lives at a beach?
What do I call
a witch who lives at a beach?
Well, a delicious sandwich.
You almost got it. Thank you, contestant. You may now mute yourself. Contestant number 4, Karen Shelton, are you ready?
I'm trying to engage my video, but I'm not able to get my video on. Just one moment, please. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we can just go ahead without the video.
And sure. What club are you representing?
I'm representing the Eloquent Orators Club, and we are in Area 47 in the Plains Division.
Great. How long have you been in Toastmasters?
I've been a Toastmaster for 16 years, and I've been really proud to earn the title of a Distinguished Toastmaster.
Thank you for your membership with Toastmasters. You are interested in gardening. What does gardeners always know?
What is gardeners what? Excuse me, sir?
What does gardeners always know?
Always know?
Mm-hmm.
Gardeners always know how to water and feed their plants and protect them. The main thing in Texas, with the Texas heat like we have, it is extremely important to keep your plants watered properly. I am a firm believer in a drip pan. The pot has to have a hole in the bottom, and you've got to have a pan at the bottom to catch the water so that when we get extreme heat, it will hold a little bit of water at the bottom that the plant can then soak up when it's too hot. But you have to make sure you don't overwater. And I will also tell you, Home Depot sells a product called mosquito dunks. They're little donut shaped insecticides, if you would, and you just put them in and you don't produce mosquitoes while you're doing your potted plants. That's all potted plants, but I could go on for hours about all the plants in the ground. But Mr. Toastmaster, that's the answer to my question about how to care for your garden plants.
Thank you for elaborating the answer. What does gardeners always know? Thank you, contestant. You may now mute yourself. Contestant number 5, James Harris Jr. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
What club are you representing?
I'm representing VA Extraordinaire.
And how long have you been in Toastmasters?
It will be, I believe, 1 year. It'll be 1 year in July.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's your Toastmasters educational level?
I'm working on pathway level 3 for the motivational pathways.
Congratulations. You stated your students inspire you. How do they inspire you?
It's an amazing thing to see people that have the struggle with confidence, they struggle with anxiety. And I love that we, even you all as speakers, we get to kind of work with the next generation to prove to them that anything's possible and that if they can do well in speech class, maybe they can do well with their dreams and chasing their goals and in life. And I love that it's that thing of breaking that mindset that says I can't do something and saying that maybe it's possible. And that's one of the biggest things that I love doing about this job.
Thank you. And you may now mute yourself. Contestant number 6, Martin Ozaye. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
What club are you representing?
I represent Dallas ISD Talk It Up.
And how long have you been in Toastmasters?
I've been in Toastmasters for 6 years.
Great. And what's your Toastmasters educational level?
I am a distinguished Toastmaster and in level 4 of motivational strategies.
Great. Your interests are traveling and reading. What book or books you pack to read while you're traveling?
I usually like motivational books. One of my favorite authors is Dr. Miles Monroe, and I read a lot of his books. Developing Your Potential, Understanding Your Potential, and Releasing Your Potential are 3 of my favorite titles. I recall reading those on my most recent travels from Dallas, driving with my family all the way to Niagara Falls and back.
Great. Thank you, contestant. You may now mute yourself. Contestant number 7, Andrea Payne. Are you ready?
Yes.
What club are you representing?
Hi guys, my name is Andrea Payne and I'm representing Executive Toastmasters.
And how long have you been in Toastmasters?
I've been in Toastmasters for 16 weeks.
Wow. Great. Straight to District 50 stage. And what's your Toastmasters educational level?
I am level 1 persuasive leadership.
A question for you. What do you call a tiny mother? What do you call a tiny mother?
What do you call?
A tiny mother.
What do I call?
Tiny
mother.
Mother.
Ooh, that's a good one. I would call a tiny mother a cute fit midget. She's cute and she's tiny and she's petite. A minimum. That's good. Thank you.
Thank you, contestant. You may now mute yourself. Now it's time to recognize our helpers. First, big round of applause to our contest chair, Distinguished Toastmaster, Rhonda Bunty. Chief Judge, Distinguished Toastmaster, Tawana Fisher. Inspirational Speaker, Distinguished Toastmaster, Susan Thomas. Senior Sergeant at Arms, Distinguished Toastmaster, Jean Gray. Sergeant at Arms, Competent Communicator, Competent Leader, and Innovative Planning Level 1, Tia Samuels. Sergeant at Arms, Advanced Communicator Silver, Competent Leader, Leadership Development Level 2, Rob Giles. Ballot Counters, Distinguished Toastmaster, Alison Presley, and Advanced Communicator Bronze, Advanced Leader Bronze, Presentation Mastery Level 2, Rick Cronsnubble. Sorry to mispronounce that. And Innovative Planning Level 2, Catherine Fain, and Distinguished Toastmaster, Sharon Calloway Pittman. Primary Timers, Innovative Planning Level 1, Britt Hall, and Effective Communications Level 5, Presentation Mastery Level 1, Flavia Salgado, and Innovative Planning Level 3, Arthur Hinojosa. Let's now hear it from our Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Christy Peterson.
Thank you. Thank you. Who's up for a little juggling? Whoops. Well, let's not go for juggling. Let's go for Club Growth promotions instead. Hopefully you can see the background behind me. Can you hide the slide so they can see me better? Or just focus on my screen. That's okay. Were you ready for me? we have more awards for our clubs. And in fact, we have already recognized, I suspect all of your clubs. Has your club been recognized already for 75% growth, step up award? Yes, a lot of clubs have, but there is more. A month ago, we planted a seed with a brand new club. We had a demo meeting, great turnout. They tell me today they have 22 folks ready to join. So we will be chartering another club soon. So that's a win for District 50. It's an opportunity for more club mentors as well. And while we have some of these, we're always looking for people to help us be there and help that new club get started. Be there that first 6 months. Great opportunity to share your wealth. Do let me know. I, as CGD at D50DMTM.org, or Yvonne Broach, our club mentor sponsor chair, we are still looking for a few club mentors for these new clubs coming online. We also want to keep on growing. Grow your own club. Did you notice? I know you can't read the fine print behind me, but if you go to the website, we are still awarding more bookstore bucks for clubs that add 5 members. Now that's net of your base. That means where you started July 1st. So if it's 5 more or 10 more, there's another $50 or $100 in bookstore bucks. Hey, you could get some cool things for your club that way. Plus, have an open house. Bring on just 2 members within the month. We have another $25 in bookstore bucks. Several clubs have taken advantage, but you can do that every quarter. So there's still opportunity there for clubs to continue to grow and continue to receive rewards as club growth promotions. Buddy up with a smaller club, help them get to distinguish this month, and we have our bookstore bucks as well. The other thing I want to point out is the Club Growth Awards. See that little pin on my lapel there? We're doing 6 of 9 tasks, one of them being things you've probably already done, like come to a demo meeting or be an open house or have an open house at your club, be a part of an open house at another club. I want to give a slight preview to tomorrow's Hall of Fame. We have one winner so far of this cool Club Booster pin. Can anyone guess who that might be? He's here, happens to just be the contest master. Let's give it up for Bala Submaranium. He is the winner of the Club Growth Booster pin, but I'm sure there will be more. There are more things happening in District 50. And at this point, I want to turn the stage over to our Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Walter Price.
Thank you, Christy, so much. Really appreciate it so much. Aren't you having a good time at this contest? And it's been a great contest, and we do this in our clubs as well, table topics. And so we all know about this. And we want to congratulate Rhonda Bunte, Distinguished Toastmaster, and her team. So let's give it up for her team. Fantastic, fantastic. We also have one more contest, as you know, tomorrow at 2:30. At 2:30. So tell all your friends, it's our international contest. It's the only contest that's going to go forward. And we're going to have none other than competent chair, and that's Distinguished Toastmaster Naomi Lawler. And so we're just so excited about her and her team as well. So we're looking forward to that. Just want to say real quickly about our programming. As you know, this is one of our programs as far as the conference, and so excited about our team that we have. Co-chair is Alice Stewart, Distinguished Toastmaster, and also Yvonne Broach, Distinguished Toastmaster. Let's give those competent women a hand. We want to thank them for leading this conference team. And then, of course, our programming, I want you to put this on your calendar. Remember, we have Mastery Mondays, the first and third Monday. And Mastery Mondays is for that individual leader. Those programming, those workshops is to really help that individual leader become successful. We also have Webinar Wednesday. Walter, what's the difference between the two? Webinar Wednesday is for the club to help them get together and learn from their skills together, team building. And that's the second and fourth Wednesday. And of course, new member orientation. Many of you haven't been a part of the new member orientation because you've been members for a long period of time. but I'm trying to tell you the new member orientation is out of this world. And none other than distinguished Toastmaster Denise Castile has been doing that. And so that is the second and fourth Friday of each month. And we want you to encourage your new members to go to that. And then finally, Pathways. We brought Pathways to the district level this year. And as you know, that is the first and third Thursday. And the next one is May 20th, Pathways Open House. And so again, if you have some questions about the open house and what about Pathways, come to that as well. And so we're so excited about these programs. And I now turn control over to our district director, none other than Monica Durden. Let's give her a hand. Let's give her a hand. Well, thank you, Walter. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take Monica's position. She probably stepped away for a second. You may ask, when is our next bookstore drop off? When are we going to do the pickup? And so we want you to put on your calendar, Senior 3 and the bookstore manager, May 22nd from 10 a.m. to noon, 10 a.m. to noon. And it's also on the website, And so we want you to look at that. And that's going to be May 22nd from 10 a.m. to noon. I heard that Monica is here. I just don't see her. Somebody just texted me and say she was here. Okay, so the bookstore, be sure to do that. If you didn't get an opportunity to pick up your trophies last time or any type of opportunity to get your ribbons, be sure to come during that time to make sure we have those for you as well. And then, of course, we want you to be a part of tomorrow, the voting. Make sure if you're an officer that you received your link. And if you haven't done that, be sure to contact our district director tonight before you leave and to say that you did not receive a link as well. Is our chief judge back?
No.
Mr. Program Quality Director, I would like to yield stage to Yvonne also for the auction.
Thank
Awesome.
you, Mr. Contest Master. And I would like to call forth our silent auction co-chair, Toastmaster Marlene Binden.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Yvonne. I was just looking at all the faces and was wondering how many of you have gone out to the silent auction site and purchased an item, because you know your donation goes toward the benefit of D50. And there are bunches of you that have done that. And I was just checking before Yvonne announced me to see how much money we've raised so far. We've raised over $1,700. And we still have some items to buy. In fact, I challenged MJ Presley to buy the barbecue basket in the last session, and guess what? He did. You want to make a connection and make sure you get at least one item from the auction. Go out today, tonight, and bid. Ladies, we got a little spa for you, either at home or away where you can get a little massage. Guys, we have a round of golf. If you like to golf, go out and bid on it. Hey, if you've got grandkids, we've got a little package put together where if you're sick of seeing them on technology, give them something to write and read. Give you a little peace. Absolutely. The auction will be up until tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Get your bid in. You're going to miss out on some fantastic things. I will put the address, the link in the chat box. And what we plan to do is if you want, you can pick up your items on the same day you get your ribbons and your trophies, May 22nd, 10 to 12. But we'll negotiate that with you. We're going to give you some options. What I'd like for you to do right now, though, is go out and put your bid in. If not for yourself, and I'll give you a secret. There's also a hot air balloon ride. If you're scared of height, maybe this is a chance for you to overcome that. Drink a little champagne while you're doing it. maybe get a little tipsy so when you get off, you won't even remember that you did. It's still available, guys. Silent auction, bid. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. And now
Thank
let's hear
you.
from our first timers chair, Abby Wheeler.
Thank you guys for having me again tonight. It's been a great contest that we've had so far. The past 3 contests have just been outstanding. And let me tell you that at the first timers event, we've just having a lot of fun. Dwayne and Monica were present in our session today, and you can ask them directly how much fun they had answering all those trivia questions that we had. And let me tell you what, tomorrow we're going out with a bang. So don't miss out. If this is your first time coming to a District 50 conference, make sure to attend because we're going out with a bang. We're giving out all the leftover prizes that we had. All of our gift cards are going to be giving out tomorrow. So come on out, put your name in our raffle. We'll draw your name out and come win a prize. And tell your friends. We're going to have a lot of fun and study up on your Toastmasters knowledge. Because tomorrow's questions, they're not going to be as easy as they've been so far. So come on out. Hope to see some of you there. Back to you.
Thank you. And back to you, Mr. Contest Master.
Thank you. I would like to ask Sergeant Arms as Chief Judge back.
Mr. Contest Master, they are still deliberating.
Well, can I have 2 minutes? We have an offer on the
Yes.
table. I mentioned open house before. Several of you have had an open house. Some have an open house coming up. As I mentioned that in the chat, our board of directors honoree, who's here today, Mohammed Kayoum, our international director from Toastmasters International, he has offered to be there at some up to 3 open houses in our district. So let me know and we will coordinate that with him. He is a fantastic participant. Were you general evaluator, I believe, at the demo meeting? And definitely we know why he's on the board of directors. That was a great opportunity. Let me know. We always love to have guests at our open houses. And wow, this is impressive. Thank you so much, Mohammed. And I know our open house chair is in the house. One of the things that I'm most proud of from our Club Growth year this year is that we have some fantastic open house tips. This is new for us to do open houses online, right? People have done a great job with that. And we have wonderful tips that open house chair Randy Deere has put on the website to help you out. So take advantage. Still time to have a super open house. And I want to turn the stage to our District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Monica Durden.
Thank you, Christy, so much. I do apologize for my technical difficulties. What I did was I logged on to the live stream as well, and I must have clicked off the wrong button. So my apologies for that. I just want to make sure that it was working. Kareem's looking at me like, yeah, right. No, it really happened. But I would just like to take the opportunity to thank D50 for everything you have done. This has been an amazing conference experience. I know this is the first actual conference we've actually had online it's packed, it's jam-packed. 4 days, we've had education sessions galore, 4 contests, an awesome first timers event. Thank you so much, Abby. An awesome silent auction. I'm still trying to wait on that hot air balloon ride. I am a little bit afraid of heights. So I'm trying to see, Marlene offered some tips earlier. Not sure I want to take those tips, but she did offer us some tips earlier. It's just good to see everybody online having a great time. I know people say, hey, I'm all zoomed out, but this proves differently. This definitely proves differently. So thank you, D50. It has been an amazing year. You guys have set the course. I'm so proud of each and every last one of you. We know that our dashboard shows that we're a little light, right? But we want to make sure that we take the opportunity to recognize all the amazing things that you are doing this year. Numbers tell a story, but sometimes numbers don't tell the whole story, right? Remember, guys, please keep your sound on mute if you're not talking. And I would just like to just recognize all the clubs who are represented here. If you would take the opportunity, put your club name in the chat. Put your club name in the chat. Corinne's gone. Shout it out. I saw Plano Speaks earlier, Tyler Evening, all the awesome competitors we have represented tonight. McKinney Motivators. We know McKinney Motivators has reached President's Distinguished for the umpteenth time in a row. Dallas Talking DISD, Talk It Up, Eloquent Orators, 200 Watts, Confident Leaders, Penny Partners, Waxahachie. Keep them going. We have lots of clubs, World Wranglers, Loudspeakers, Shops at Leslie. Oh, high five. Keep it going. That's what kind of we want. We set our conference theme. Thank you, Yvonne, so much for making this theme. And Walter, our PQD, making connections matter. Do you feel connected? Did you attend our first education session where she talked about the rotary phone? I was surprised that Marlene still had a rotary phone, guys. How many of you own a rotary phone still? I don't, I must say, but I do remember sneaking being on it at my aunt's house. But I would just like to thank you. Great opportunity to connect with each other. We have some amazing things going on in our district. It doesn't stop. Area directors, everybody's back in the room? Okay.
Yes, we are.
Not yet, not yet. Oh, now they are. Yes, they're back.
Well, I will be quiet because I know we have another event to attend. So thank you, D50 again, and I will turn it back over to our contest master, Mr. Bala. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam District Director. Are you all ready for the winner's announcement? Ready? Drum roll, please. We had 0 disqualification based on time, eligibility, and originality. Congratulations. Our third place winner is for the Table Topics contest, Andrea Page. Congratulations. Our second place winner for Table Topics Speech contest is Martin Ozaye. Congratulations. And our first place winner for the Table Topic Speech contest is James Harris Jr. Congratulations. Now the contest is adjourned. Thank you for attending, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. Thank you, Bala, again, for an awesome job. Congratulations to all our winners. Please join us at our showcase, at our candidate showcase, coming up starting at 9 o'clock. You have not had the opportunity to register. I think you can still register, right, Yvonne? Please take the opportunity to register for our showcase candidates, our candidate showcase. Go ahead, Yvonne.
Everybody can watch the candidate showcase. It's being live streamed.
There we go. There we go. And Jean has dropped it into the chat as a great sergeant, senior sergeant at arms. So please govern yourselves accordingly and attend our candidate showcase. This is your opportunity. If you're still on the fence about who to vote for, please attend the candidate showcase. It will start at 9 o'clock and we will see you guys there. Thank you.